Thank you, Bishop, and it's such a powerful thing to just imagine yourself in Nigeria if you were attacked. What would happen if you couldn't get justice, if you knew who your attackers were and no one did anything for you? And that's why we must act. Our next speaker is Bishop Matthew Hassan Kukah. He's the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto in Nigeria and has been a passionate advocate for the persecuted and marginalized there. He was recently appointed by Pope Francis as a member of the Vatican Dicastery on Integral Human Development. He has a PhD in political science from the School of Oriental and African Studies at the University of London. He served as a member of Nigeria's Truth Commission, as secretary of the Political Reform Conference for Nigeria, and as a member of Nigeria's Electoral Reform Committee. He has also served as a chairman on the Committee on Interreligious Dialogue in Nigeria and West Africa. Please welcome Bishop Kukah.
Thank you very much. The problem with after dinner speeches or dinner speeches is that somehow, luckily, many people are either tired or sleeping. And, the problem with Nigeria is that everybody has an opinion, and everybody has a solution to a problem that has been lingering for so long. And very often, except it is time for soccer, we have great difficulties finding reasons to celebrate. And yet, with all the stories you hear about Nigeria, it still remains one heck of a country. I've just been out of Nigeria for 2 days now, and I'm anxious to go back. Because if you listen to the stories, you would think that the country is about to go under. And of course, I share the pessimism of those who talk about Nigeria as a collapsing, decomposing, failed state. It has all the indices. But for me, one, as a Christian, I believe in the resurrection. But even more importantly, the young man that was referred to, Michael, as a seminarian of my diocese, the Diocese of Sokoto. And since his brutal killing, quite a few things happened to make me feel very, very strongly that even amidst all this confusion, God still has a purpose. And I think that for us as Christians, because we have so many answers to questions that we probably should pause for a second. You read the book of Job, and a lot of people mistakenly say that Job was a patient man. But you wait until you read the book of Job, then you'll know very carefully that Job was really not a patient man. Because when his friends heard about his tragedy and they went to condole with him, one of the very interesting things was that the Bible tells us that the friends of Job who thought they could console him went and saw what was beyond them, and we are told they sat down for 7 days and 7 nights without uttering a word. Perhaps Nigeria's problems are so imponderable that one of the things we're probably not doing is thinking through a bit more carefully what exactly the issues are. I've spoken very actively about Nigeria and in Nigeria. This year, in December, I'll be 45 years a priest, so I'm really not a young man. But it's a country of such intense contradictions. And I'll just give you 1 or 2 examples. We're all supposed to believe that there's somehow some kind of an inevitable conflict between Islam and Christianity, or that somehow Christians and Muslims are almost permanently at war with one another. And mediators are wondering, what should we do to stop the Christians, the Muslims, from killing the Christians in Nigeria? The framing of the issues about Nigeria are also problematic. I'll just give you 1 example. There was a day I was at the airport, and I was in the lounge, waiting for our flight. And then two gentlemen came into the lounge. They recognized me and greeted me very warmly, and the other person had not met me before. So he said, I remember him saying to his friend, you know, you should know Bishop Kukah. He's the Catholic bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto. You should know him. And the guy says, okay, yes, yeah, I know. But in between our conversation, as I was stretching out my hand to greet him, somebody just came from nowhere. This huge Muslim guy with what we call the big gowns that big men wear in Nigeria. And he came and literally separated the handshake. And I didn't know him. But he obviously was waiting to fly to Sokoto too. And he says to this man, he's literally scolding him, he said, stop calling him the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto. He's not the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto. He's our bishop in Sokoto. So stop calling him the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto because you exclude us Muslims. He's our bishop. There's so many validating stories. I spent 7 years going between my parish, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to try and resolve the problems of the conflict between Shell and the people of Ogoni. And happily, after about 7 years, we were able to get the people of Ogoni and Shell to come to the table and come to an agreement. Of course, the rest is history, still being written. But in the course of all that, I saw, and every day you see the possibilities of Nigeria's greatness in the lives of ordinary people, and they never get to the text. And all you need to do, despite all these burials and despite all the crises, is to go to the Nigerian market and see the way people live. The challenge, therefore, as most people have come to agree, is one of the quality of leadership. I really love this country. I love America. But one of the things I love most about this country is the quality of minds that have found themselves in public life. And the problem with the Nigerian situation is that there are too many extremely good men doing horribly bad things or allowing terribly bad things to happen. From 1980, as a very young priest, when our late cardinal appointed me to start the Catholic Church in Abuja, he took me to go and meet our president then, Alhaji Shehu Shagari. But I had already started making a little bit of trouble by writing in the papers. And I met Shagari for the first time. He was all over me because he said, are you the one who's been writing all these articles? And I said, yes. But the important thing is that from Shagari up till today, I have sat down with almost every Nigerian president. And I don't say it to be immodest. I have sat down with them, not because I filled the form and said I wanted to see the president. More often than not, they are the ones who have sent for me. The only person I didn't sit down with, and it's not because he didn't try, was General Abacha. But the point I'm making is that each and every one of these people that I have met have not seen the face of an evil man just trying to destroy Nigeria. So I think part of our problem, it was only in 2007 that despite the Nobel Prize winner, despite the incredibly intelligent, bright people in Nigeria, it was only in 2007, between 1960 and 2007, it took up to 2007 before Nigeria could get a president with a university degree. So you can appreciate, the nature of the problems that our country faces. But I think that what is most important, and I was very excited, the statement made by one of the congressmen, I just came in as he was finishing, when he said, the thunder is one thing, lightning is what is most important. And I think that what is important for us now, we know, and I live in Nigeria, I know the limitations of diplomacy. I know the limitations of politics. And I also know that when all is said and done, and when all that has been done has been said, the problems are not going to go. The rest of the world is terribly busy. And of course, Nigeria may be a collapsing state, but those who want Nigeria's oil are feeding fat and doing pretty well. So the massive harvest of human rights violation, which I experienced because I served for 3 years in Nigeria's Truth Commission. Again, I saw and heard the stories of ordinary people just trying to live together. As I said, I live in Sokoto. And with some of the things I've been writing, a lot of my friends call me up and they tell me, look, be careful, because your life is in danger. And yet, the governor of my state did make an offer to me. He said, look, we think you need protection. And I said, I don't think I need protection. In part because I don't believe that my life is in danger. My life is in the hands of God. The challenge for us in Nigeria, as I see it, is encapsulated in the words of Michael, who said, yes, an 18-year-old kid is looking at members of Boko Haram with their guns, and in an act of defiance says to them, you must repent. I think that is a challenge for all of us. And I want to conclude by just saying one or two things. The first is, for us as church, and as I said in the morning, I'm a Catholic priest, and I know that before the emergence of any modern state, the Catholic Church has always been there. And I therefore believe that the best we can do is to begin to engage in a much more robust manner the existing structures of the churches. Because a lot of the money that is being spent on Nigeria or spent on many developing countries or post-conflict countries, the diplomats themselves know very well that the money is not getting to the people. So I think that, like Chinua Achebe says, the men in the village and the women don't go to the public square because they cannot see the sun, the moon. They can see the moon in their houses. But they go to the village square for community and solidarity. So I really want to thank the organizers of this event and to say that standing by us is important, but also helping to hold the feet of our leaders to the fire is more important. I believe that sooner than later, Nigeria will turn the corner, not because of the greatness of its leaders, but because God's project is not completed. Thank you very much.